I grew up like a savage.
That ain't my.
Niggas didn't even know what an A&R was back then.
But you know how we is, and that's the town spirit. We let each other talk our shit. If something popping, we celebrate each other in that regard.
Pop your shit.
It ain't used against you. It's like, do your thing then. Talk your shit. Do your thing here. Show us what's up. And so I came up there with Sophia Chang in a limo after when they was trying to sign me, and they was like, "What you want to do?" And they was trying to do anything I said. So I was like, I want to go buy some shit from Toys R Us, and I want to go up to my school. And they did all that shit. Like, I was silly like that.
Now, what did you get from Toys R Us? I gotta know.
Race car tracks. That's real. Well, but speaking in hindsight and being wise about the situation, what one could extract is the extent that A&Rs will go to capture or sign or do whatever. What's that? Oh, that's the back of my shirt. They young talent, you know what I'm saying? To sign or to do whatever they need to do to obtain young talent, they would go to great lengths back then for major labels because they would be earning a small percentage of the person that they brought in too. So if you want to do some silly, stupid stuff like go get some sneakers, go to Toys R Us and pull up to your school in a limo, hey, make that happen with a finger snap. If it was more bossy, you would have been talking about big numbers at that age, and they would have been like, this is going to be a hard catch right here.
Yeah.
But I wasn't savvy like that, you feel me?
Chuck, you was at Skyline at this time, was you?
Yeah.
What was the vibes? What was the vibes?
And shit, man, 89 going into 10th, going into 90, 10th grade. It was just big, man. You know, I came from because they had full booster clubs. We had all the programs accessible to you. It was a dope combination of money and people coming from the flatlands. And most of all, I ain't gonna front, Skyline had a bunch of chicks. You know, I ain't gonna front.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Like, niggas gotta come.
When I first moved out here, the rumor I heard or whatever, it was Skyline with the bitches and then Tech and then like High. Is that kind of how it went?
Hey, man.
Conversation. What was fucked up is Castlemont had the HIV stigma.
Oh man, really?
I'm gonna give y'all this. This what made my life a certain different way. My first 9th grade year was at Castlemont. So I had a taste of Castlemont for 1 year in '89. And directly after that whatever hard knock life, I went to Skyline for the next 3 years. And I always tell the real to this. The first woman that I saw at Skyline was none other than this lady named Carmen Allen. She was one of the head cheerleaders. She ended up, she was up in a short video and Hammer videos. Like, she ended up doing something with her life.
That's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? That it was normal
to saw. She was the first female I saw. My experience with that, Chuck, was first going to Montero. Because I got to see that. I mean, honestly, that was my first time seeing people that wasn't even dark skinned like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the hell is this? Is this a different race? Like, I mean, honestly, and you really sheltered though. I mean, wasn't nobody on TV. Think of who was on TV back then. So, remember Mercedes, Chuck? Mercedes, probably if I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going over old people who used to be flattering in Oakland, had good reputation for being beautiful. They deserve their props too.
Absolutely.
And about that time, that was my introduction to that, and I was real drawn back. But you're right, it was Skyline was winning in that category. And then, the football team was raw. It was just a full angle of how you can be in the town if all your shit was together. But you know what I mean? It was a dope era, and then it is what it is, man. And it was PE Me and this dude end up having PE, and you want to tell that story, Cash, or what's happening?
Yeah, we did have PE together. Hell of things happened. One monumental thing that happened was one time Coach Beam came up on us. We was out back chilling, listening to hip hop, and this the same day we made an exchange in hip hop because he knew that I wasn't fucking with Hella Town music like that at that point. Remember when I told y'all? I mean, I just wasn't. I was listening to it. I like it, but you could ask Chuck. I wasn't listening to no DJ Quick. I wasn't listening to none of that. And Chuck was like, "Why you like that, blood?" And I'm like, "Bruh, I mean, you know, nobody really had enough bars for me back then to develop into who I wanted to become. I could listen to them when I'm riding with my homies. I wasn't no goody two shoes, trust me. But when I put on my headphones and he had on his headphones, wasn't you had DJ Quick?
Yeah, I had on DJ Quick, and who you had on?
I had on Brand Newbies. But we was right there chilling though, and we was just talking about what we was going through, and we was like, check this out. We about to trade music for a minute, and you about to listen to this, and you about to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? And that was good for me because Quick shit was not. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this shit not. You know what I'm saying? He took the Brand Nubians, and that's what it was. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That was like a paradigm shift for me because then I really got organic with hip hop. Like, you know, I was tied in with Schultz and DOC and, you know what I'm saying? I really was fucking with hip hop too, but then it really got to a point of being about the lyrical shit. You know what I'm saying? I started slanting more towards lyrical dudes.
Now if y'all really want to do the town, and I can express how it became that way as an MC, because all of the MCs like myself wasn't being put towards the forefront. The Rapping Rons, the and Dilly Dogs, that wasn't shining. After Short made his big mark, it started taking a different curve, and I was like, what's up? Like, we don't want to see it go better, or, you know, what's the matter with this type of stuff we doing? And I just took negatively to the response I was getting. I'm like, oh, I ain't wrong? All right.
You talking about at what point in your life?
I'm talking about early on.
Early, okay.
About when it was. I'm talking about. I'm not. All right, let me say something. Just as a disclaimer, Too Short is one of the biggest influences in my life. You know what I'm saying? He rocked at my sister's birthday party when I was on a trip to Mississippi, and I heard about the party when I got back, and it became infatuated with just trying to, you know, do him. But with my mind, he only lasted so long as a source of my thrill in this wordplay that I'm hearing. And then what I was trying to detail was the turn that the town had took for a minute to where even right now, I'm one of the best in the town, but how many people gonna tell you that? So this is what it grew into. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be at least up on something to put me in. What? Come on, dog. Let's not even go there. But I was going under the same impression hella long years ago. So I just took negatively to that shit because I got more love from people in the world that wasn't even close to me. So you know what? I mean, now I'm talking about still early on, the way that I was rapping and shit. You see what I mean? I hope I'm being clear.
So watch this, Rap. The point is back in 89, 90 to like 92, whatever, they was really big in hip hop versus in the town. You know, we was still with that mob shit. You know what I mean? And it needed to be balanced. And to keep it real, that's when I started feeling like that was my role in some of this shit, that I wanted to give a balance to that shit. But it was just really dope to see partners that I grew up with. Again, they rocking with Cube and they on MTV and, you know what I'm saying? So they was definitely successful versus, you know, you get down to the flatlands, you know, we knocking.
Right.
So, I mean, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So the point is that it was a dope point for me that I was loving both of them. I didn't have it wasn't separate to me. To me, it was just awesome hip hop shit because I always wanted to learn more about whatever. Who was some of the motherfuckers we was fucking with back then? Like we was listening to shit like what's the name of them dudes? What's the like the Poor Righteous Teachers, and you know what I mean?
Okay, I was about to go there because when y'all was talking about trading music, shout out to Clee. I'm sure he gonna join soon. Big bruh and a lot of my friends, like I grew up listening to shit like that, like Poor Righteous Teachers, like Shakila and you know what I'm saying, the B-side songs to like I said, Boogie Down Production. Like I'm a nigga that can recite the song World Peace. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really want world peace, like niggas don't really either they don't remember, all right, but that type of shit was influential on me, right? So when y'all talked about trading music, I probably was the person in between because I loved all of it at that time. And I'm younger than y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I was just so infatuated and in love with it. But I want to get back to what you were saying, Cash, about that real hip hop shit in the town, because somebody that's actually from my block, TMD and Capital Tax, you know what I'm saying? They was on some real hip hop shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I fuck with them.
Matter of fact, I just dug up this nigga 12-inch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So somebody just found it in the house. Since this COVID shit, we've been getting shit in order. And so, but they used to kind of like, you know, in the same way, shit on him. I think that's the role of where you was about to go, or what you was kind of like saying is the same role like Sway in the Wake Up Show played in media. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of went outside of that. You know what I mean? Of course, being a support of y'all, High Road, is the support of Hobo Junction and all of the other rappers like that around. You know what I mean? So since we was there already, how was that though? Because dope MCs in Oakland a lot of times didn't come from Oakland, like a Mr. Ill. I thought Mr. Ill was nice. You know what I'm saying?
Ill was
nice. Mr. Ill was nice. But he not from Oakland, right?
Where was Mr. Ill from? People give him credit for it. Father Dom was one of the illest from the time.
Father Dom was ill.
That's who got me back on Oakland music.
Father Dom was dope.
Father Dom and I messed with Dom. I was basically only saying that to, well, I should start over from the true beginning, if it went up. When I was illustrating my upbringing and how I was like in the house, you see what I'm saying? And I wasn't active, I wasn't in the streets too much. I was spending a lot of time thinking, all the way to the point to where I got to age 45, and when they pulled me over and run my tags, they be telling me that their computer broke because they don't see nothing pop up on my shit. It was kind of like just a life I learned in how to negotiate these streets, and also something I want to share back with the youth about being able to allow yourself to be passionately obsessed with something to where you can disappear from society and home in your craft. I mean, some people, I know raw hoop players know exactly what I'm talking about, because you might not see somebody because he been in the gym from 7 in the morning to 7 that evening, and he ain't got no time to kick it and get in no trouble because he's so obsessed with honing the skills. I was like that as a young age, and so then I never would knock nobody. You know, I ain't knocking nothing, but we gonna keep it a buck. And I want to explain the reasons why I couldn't gravitate towards a lot of things I was hearing coming out my town, because especially at the town when that one time everybody was liking that. And a shout out to Baby Ray, I think his name was, or whatever. But when that song hit, for me in my life, if that's what we're talking about right now, y'all remember that in Oakland?
What song?
It was some Love Oakland. It was just a song that was filmed over the overpass.
I remember the Baby Ray. Yeah.
I thought we wasn't contributing properly to the culture, and so I was like, man, let me do.
Somebody just told me the nigga Cobra was an informant.
Who?
The dude Cobra.
You down with him?
Huh?
He's down with the dude.
No, but he just came out of nowhere, and he was just like hella Oakland. I I don't. It was like some like a pimp fake. Like I don't know. He looked like a cop.
I remember, dude. I remember playing the video.
Who was he?
That's crazy. That's out there.
Hey, but
You got a jacket up.
somebody told. But listen. I think it was in an interview. Matter of fact, Stone. Y'all know Stone Ramsey.
I know stuff.
So he did an interview with like one of the boys out of I can't remember which one of them, but if you look at the interview, he just say the whole time dude was informant. It was weird. He did pop up out of nowhere. It was crazy. But so I want to get a little more into this. Okay, so you got you at Skyline, they trying to sign you, right? Senior year. And who's this is Jive that's trying to sign you. So is that Barry Wise?
Yeah. Well, I was very wise.
So did he contact?
He didn't come himself. He had his A&R.
When did you go and meet Barry Wise? You went to the lake, or did you sign in Oakland with the A&R?
Man, you want to know how stupid we was? Like, opportunity was just dumb. We thought we were smart, but this is what I'm about to tell you. They flew us out to New York to try to sign us.
Who is us?
Okay, so this is how this went down, because Dell had got signed. I can tell you how this crazy story, bro.
Please do.
Nutshell. How I got signed really was kind of like exploiting or using the better parts of the defects of my attitude. And let me explain. We cut school. Remember when they had the Gavin Conventions?
Mm-hmm.
We cut school, went to the Gavin Convention, and it was $500 a pop to get into the convention. We didn't have the money, but we wanted to be heard. And we was kind of, some rappers with some skills. So we was like, I just stepped forward, like, check this out. We about to block the doors, because it was all white people with like passes on their chest. I was like, we about to block the doors to the elevator of the convention and start a cycle. But now mind you, there were 2 other elevators, so we wasn't being that bold, but we was blocked one door to one elevator. Like, no, if we can't go up, can't nobody go up. Give me a beat. And my man started beatboxing, and this is the best in the world, because who I met in that cypher, who walked up the rhyme with me, believe it or not, this is how people don't know how much history some rappers be having, even though you don't see them on songs or you don't see them atting each other on social media. My man Pharoahe Monch and Prince Paul walked up from Organized Confusion back in the day. And then Curious George, who was another New York MC, and this was in San Francisco. So here we are blocking the doors to this huge convention in San Francisco, her Francis Drake, in order to try to be heard. And then we cut out of there, got heck of drunk. I put this on everything. By the time I got back home to the house on Astor, bruh, my little answer machine where you had the little tapes in them, and mine took 30 messages. All my 30 messages was full. So I was like, that's hella weird, because I cut today. I was thinking, like, who calling me?
Yeah.
Man, believe it or not, like a movie, it was like 25 A&Rs on my phone, and I didn't give out my number to one person at that convention, bro.
Damn.
Wow.
Thinking
and the young motherfuckers have to understand, information didn't move fast like that. Ain't no finding you on no fucking Instagram, none of that shit. They had to dig and all get that. Ain't no telling what kind of twist they did to get that number.
And you know what? They had a network that was just as efficient, because I didn't spend too much time over there after that. But that was my first time I answered the phone, and I didn't answer the phone, but the first time I checked messages and somebody was actually inquiring about my skills. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey, you know something? I would love to see this movie, man, the same way they did the Wu-Tang series about y'all crew, man. Hyro, man, that shit would be great.
Hyro's big.
Of course, we gonna talk more about the rest of the crew later, but that shit would be crazy. So, signing the jive, how was that? How did it happen? Was you 18 yet? Did moms have to get involved? What went down?
I wasn't even 18 yet. I was 17, and moms did have to get involved. They put my initial money, gave it to my mama and shit, and I used to have to get money from my mama. She was hella crazy. But I'll be asking.
So you kind of, because you come from a decent upbringing, you kind of can't be young and dumb. Like, was you thinking whip? Because like a nigga will buy something stupid, like, but you gotta go ask.
But don't get it twisted. I did so much stupid shit that I regret. And I'm not trying to be boastful because no one's boastful of their dumb things, but at the same time, I don't want no respect for shit I didn't do. Like, I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't get to this path by being good and perfect. I got a good heart and I stayed out of harm's way. But boy, I blew through so much money that I should be considered an idiot to the ancestors or something, and that's what I don't want. And so now I'm trying to do work to rectify things in the whole community. But they signed me for $250,000 and I wasn't even 17 yet. And all I had to do the money was record my album, which was already recorded amongst me and my partners, and do 3 videos. So
did you have
moms wasn't letting you run through that though, right? She wasn't letting you be a young kid with that.
No, and they pieced up the money that the way they gave it to you. They didn't just give it to you all at once either. Your advance wasn't the whole amount of the budget. So your advance, you still got to do stuff with that or prove you're going to do something in that regard to that. So the money that I gave was, close to like 100 racks or something, but it wasn't at once. It was like checks of 30 G's, hella checks of 30 G's. But this is when I was really 17, and so in Oakland, living right on the doof. So you know how effective that could be.
That's balling now for niggas.
That's balling for. Let's be humble in these times, yo. That's a balling for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? To know you got 330 G checks on the way in the same year.
Man, it's a bunch of motherfuckers that are throwing their life away right now for this.
Man, in 2020
for 10. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you this, just because we right there, when you got that advance and people knew you was signed, word travel fast in the hood. Was there ever those Oakland Predators, those 25% executives, 75% goons? And they like, Cash, what's up, man? You need a manager.
Hey, look, if it wasn't, this would not be Oakland. But I was clever.
They had the pre-shoot nights.
We all, if we are this age, we all learned how to survive in these streets. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one of my main things was staying out of harm's way and not even being available for the nonsense. Like, I used to party hard. I was there. I was everywhere. I was at the Oak Tree every time. VIP got arrested all in the Oak Tree. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I knew when to turn it down and how to get out of harm's way. It's something that happened in my life. I had some Spidey senses too. I know y'all got them because we black men to where when it's about to pop, but nobody read what their Spidey senses were trying to tell them. And I used to be like trying to cut, and nobody would listen, and I was always cut. And whenever we took an L or something, I'm not speaking on Hyro, I'm talking about the cats I'm rolling with, or like if somebody got their ass whipped or something, I wasn't there.
You wasn't there, yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting, and trust me, we was out there chilling. I wasn't no bad dude, but I used to keep up that like I used to think I got really good clairvoyance to know just to get out of harm's way. And we all got it, but we just don't use it right. We be knowing it's about to pop, and we think, ooh, the movie's about to come on. Let me get some popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we can clearly see what's happening.
Yeah.
These dudes over here can't wait to whip on somebody. And that's some dude leaning. Oh, he about to get knocked out. And instead, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would get out of harm's way, and that was one of my main vices.
Hey man, that's a good trait to have.
Hell yeah.
I never go against my intuition either. The only times I did, it was always trouble. Now I want to. So after you get signed, what was the process? So the album is done. You don't have to work on producers. Who did a lot of the production?
I did the majority of the album. Actually, I think I did like 7 tracks on Fear Itself, and then Domino probably did the majority. I'm sorry. Me, Domino.
What, you was working the
It
beats
was
and
all
everything?
Hyro. Yeah, I was doing the beats since back in the day. My mama basement was like the heart of if we couldn't go to Dell house, it was my mama basement. And so Dell had all this equipment, so I asked my mom could she give me an ASR, and believe it or not, she got that. Not an ASR, but a EPS.
Oh,
And
okay.
my mama did this real big thing of keeping up with the Joneses, you know what I'm saying, in order to keep us feeling comfortable. And so after a while, I learned like she'd give me whatever one of my partners got. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me,
Yeah.
and as a kid, I was like, Dale got it this. He can do this. And she was like, okay, which one you want? And I was like, I want the E.
So you know how to work that to your
I
advantage as a
like my
youngster.
daughters upstairs be doing me right now. That's why I be like, girl, you know I've been through that
Oh
already.
man, my daughter be
My
working me.
kids be punking me too, man. My kids
You
stay
feel
punking
me?
me,
They be
man.
like that. But anyway, you know.
Hey,
Yeah, so I got that EPS, and so I was producing early and rapping. I did a lot on the album, but Domino gets all the credit for the vibe of the album because Domino was somebody we met through Dante Ross. And Dante Ross was significant in helping form the high road sound. If people don't know who Dante Ross is, you could probably Google him. He's a person from New York who's elemental in hip hop. I mean, he brought forth De La Soul. He brought forth so many people in hip hop that is ridiculous. And he signed Dell too. And he wanted to sign me, but I, like a dummy, went with Sophia, who was at Jive because how I felt for it. You know?
yeah.
She offered me a good opportunity, and she
Hey, she came with that "show me the money" agent style. And
she didn't do nothing wrong. She
yeah.
she sold a better sale. I mean,
Hey, it's just
Got a
like
better presentation.
it's just like when you get ready to sign to a college and they put your name on the prompter, man. Like he got game, man. You know, you like who gonna treat me the best? I feel like a star over here.
you want to know what's crazy about that though? Out of all our relationships, when I think to this day, I don't refer back to. I love her to death. I was just in her stream like this morning to see what she got up, but I don't refer back to too much she told me when dealing with my artistry. Dante taught me almost everything. He taught me how to be. He was an asshole. If you said some whack around him, don't say no whack bars around him. He don't care who you is. Just whack, son. Why'd you go right again? And then no one ever said that to me before. Like I always just thought I couldn't write nothing whack.
Yeah.
But maybe people didn't have a heart to correct me because the majority of the time I was good. So they figure out he'll go right. No, he'd be like, son, cut that out.
Wow.
You know, and I'd be like, who is this New York dude? But then I check myself like, man, this is a gift to have a person around you that will tell you your shit ain't tight, go be tighter. And so but I didn't roll with him because of my ego back then. You feel me?